Right, what I'm going to do in this is show you how to connect up VoiceFlow with ZenDesk using make.com. If this is of interest to you, there are 2 free courses I do in the comments. One is for agencies looking at selling AI services. One if you're a business and you want to deploy AI services. So what we're going to do, start off, and we're just going to do a message. Because what this is really is, like, you're going to start using ZenDesk if this is like a last resort, really. You know, you need human intervention. Have your email address. We then have listen, and we do capture. And what we're going to do is we're going to capture an entity, and an entity is where the AI will basically look at the whole message sent across, and it will just take out a bit. It will take out an entity, and we're going to save that. So we're going to create an entity, and what we're going to do is we're going to create one called client email, and this is type email. So the AI knows to go in and look for an email address and then save that into an entity, which is a variable called client email. Now we could make like some rules here. So we could sit there and say only use business addresses or whatever, you know what I mean? So you can put emails in there, rules that you just click down there. Then we can have an exit scenario. So say something it doesn't recognize it or something like that, it can go down another route. But what this is going to do so far is it's just going to save it, right? We then got a message here. Where's your request? And in this, what we for this one, we're going to use capture, but we're going to capture the whole thing. So entire user reply. Now, the entire user reply is always saved to a variable called last utterance, right? But we are going to create a new one here. We'll call this Zend message, and that will then. Oh, yeah. Okay, I have been doing this as a. Let me just delete this quickly. Okay, I just need that deleted. I was doing a test with it, so I have actually already called one Zend message. Right, so what that's going to do, and I can show you it here. Let's just run this and just see what happens. Okay, so down the left-hand side, if you don't have that left-hand bar, you get that left-hand bar just by clicking that. See the small little thing? Right, so what we have here is we have client email. That is an agent variable that we're going to build up on. Last response is the last response by the chatbot. And we have Zend message. Okay, they're the ones. Intent confidence is what the AI predicts. Is it right? Okay, so let's just run a quick test here. Have your email address. So let's just have a look at what's happened. We see client email, that now has the email address in there, and Zend message, this is a test, has the test in there, okay? Has the message in there. So those two got saved to those 2 variables. We can now use those, okay? And we're now going to have to do the integration. So we get the API up there. So that was just dev API. And this is going to be a post. And in the body, We will then put our keys. And another. These are basically just the two variables that we just created. Right, now we're now going to have to go and get the... So we have a scenario here in Make. We're going to create a new scenario. We click on this. Why is that not working? Right, we have a webhook, and we're going to do custom webhook. So we're going to add a webhook, and we are going to call this VoiceFlow ZenDesk. We do save, and now it's looking for it, right? But we need to just hook that in. So we just click on copy to clipboard. We do post, and we can just do send, and it's got a 200. See at the top there, I hit send at the bottom, and it's come back with 200. Successfully determined, okay? So we now are going to do... Well, I'm not going to do the integration here because the integration is really annoying. This is the page, create a custom application in ZenDesk, and you just go through and work through that, right? The unique identifier is not your login. That is created when you do that. And the secret is not your password. That is created when you create the OAuth client, okay? But just work through that. And it's not your username and password. It is the unique identifier, and the secret is in there. You'll do it when you work through there, okay? So let's just have a look. We can do a lot of stuff in ZenDesk, not just in here. We're just going to create a ticket, but there's loads of stuff that you can do. You really want to go in there and just play around with this. So here we have ZenDesk, and we have everything up there. So we can now do plain for the comment type, and we've got body, right? Let's actually just run once. Got 200. Successfully determined. Save. Right, so you can now see that it's come through. So we can now send this through. So we have send message. That's going to be the plain body of the message. Right, in here, subject would be, you can create a subject as a hidden thing. Author ID, all of these are like numeral, integers, which relate to people's IDs on the ZenDesk system, right? And we need the recipient, the original email address of the ticket, which is the client email, okay? But all these requester ID, submitter ID, assignee ID, all of those are actually ZenDesk numbers, right? For people that, like, you can have it hidden in there that work there. So author ID would be like the person that actually works there. Or like subject, you can create the subject exactly like we just created the variable, etc. So let's just run it again. Missing parameter body. Okay, so what's the body that's missing? Right, so that's gone through. Recipient, comment type, plain body, recipient bob@bob.com. It should show up here. Yeah, this is a test. Okay, so that is basically how you do it. This is like, so you can see how it's gone through. It's got my requester ID, etc. And that is basically how you do it. If you had the bot all set up, it would work. But can you start seeing like all the stuff that's in there? But like start actually looking at having a look at the numbers. So don't just like look, see requester ID, that they're all integers, right? Because that is basically the numbers that relate to ZenDesk codes, etc. But anyway, I hope that helped you. If you want to do the free courses, there are 2 in there. It'd be great to see you on there. If you need any help with this, just message me. Okay, thanks.